What is up guys, Arolf here back again with another video, and today we'll be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Thor Love and Thunder Build-A-Figure Korg. So let's get building. So to get a closer look at Korg here and his accessories, starting off with that beautiful Korg head sculpt, kind of a neutral expression compared to the Korg that we got from the Grandmaster and Korg 2-pack, but just looking at it, the details of the costume are amazing. The details on Korg himself are a little bit softer compared to the Grandmaster Korg 2-pack, but just looking at the costume itself, you see some shading details on the neck fur collar here. It's made out of a soft rubbery plastic, so it can move up and down, allowing the arms to go outward since it is kind of jaggedy in the shoulders. But sculpting wise, it looks great, just not as sharp as the Korg before. But just looking at it, beautiful costume, like the goated head right there. And looking at the forearm guards here, soft rubbery plastic, they are labeled R1 or R2 and then L1. So if you get confused, and you can rotate it smoothly around the forearm here, which is a nice touch. And just showing you the articulation, you got some in and out motion right there on the wrist, allowing it for the hand to go up without being hindered because it's made out of that soft rubbery plastic. And it does tend to pop off pretty easily with a smaller peg. But moving on over to the abdomen waist area here, got some leather details, got some sculpted details around the belt here. Painted all cleanly, looks very nice. There are some marbling bits in the goat's head, but that is okay. Looking at the pants here, nothing really to complain about. Paint details are okay, like the knee pads right here, nicely sculpted. You can see the fur boots here are a separate rubber piece, so he does not have any boot rotation, but you can see the little strings or straps here that go around are painted nicely as well, and you can see the little toes with the peg holes at the bottom of his feet. Okay, now taking a look at Korg's one and only accessory, kind of this bat gun blaster. Now we have seen this with the Korg and Grandmaster 2-pack. It's remolded and repainted. You can see a darker gray. It's made out of a soft rubber plastic here, and actually I do prefer the gold on the Korg and Grandmaster 2-pack, but that's just me. So now taking a look at Korg's articulation here, starting off with the head. The head is on a ball hinge, so it does rotate all the way around. It's slightly hindered by the fur neck collar piece right there. It can move up and down out the ball joint, and then you can hinge it up right there, and you can get a little bit more range since there's a big gap behind his head here to get his head to look up even more. He can also hinge down like so, so that's what it looks like. Pretty good range. It does look kind of funny. And if you want, you can get a little bit of range moving up and down when the head is hinged down all the way. So yeah, and it could also, like, that's what it looks like from a side view, I guess. And he also has the tilty shifty head movement, a little head wobble right there. Now the arms here, they do rotate all the way around. You just have to move the fur bit out of the way, but it is made out of soft rubbery plastic, so don't you worry about that. So you get both range right there on both arms. Arms move outward that far, almost up to 90 degrees right there, and doesn't pop off like so, which is great, and inward that much. Also has a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows right there, double pinless elbows and double pinless legs. Hands do rotate all the way around. They move up that far, down that much, kind of the roll of the dice motion. Same thing with the other hand here, so it does rotate. Soft rubbery plastic on the arm guard, so it doesn't hinder it as much, and down that much, so good range right there. Just be careful, it does tend to pop off pretty easily, like I said before, since the hands here are kind of, the hinges are smaller. But you can see the ball joints at the torso here. It gets him to move forward and back like so. Side to side movement, 360-degree rotation right there, and rotation all the way around at the horizontal axis. Also included is a waist rotation, which is also a nice touch. and the legs here, they do kick forward that far. They're on a ball joint, and they are spread out quite a bit, which is quite unfortunate. It has a wide stance. Back, not that much, but the legs do tend to pop up pretty easily, so be careful with that. Double jointed knees right there, double pinless knees. No boot rotation, as I mentioned before. Feet are on hinges, but you can move the feet back even farther since they are made of a super soft rubbery plastic, and up that much, and also has an ankle pivot, and his legs move outward that far, and you can see the armor plates move along with it since they are attached and made out of a soft rubbery plastic. Okay, now doing some size comparisons. Here is Korg next to all of the figures that are viewed so far from this Build-A-Figure Korg wave, excluding Gore. He'll be in the next shot. Also, you got figures from the Build-A-Figure Captain America's Flight Gear wave, like Captain America, White Vision, Scarlet Witch, Bucky, and Loki. Also, some Build-A-Figure figures like Build-A-Figure Thor, Build-A-Figure Mantis, as well as Volume 2 Gamora, Korg from the Korg and Grandmaster 2-pack, and a couple of Spider-Man No Way Home figures like Doctor Strange and Spider-Man. Also, you got figures like The Thing, you got Venom from his movie, you got the Deadpool from the Deadpool and Negasonic 2-pack, Old Man Logan from that 2-pack with Charles, and finally, Build-A-Figure Hulk from Avengers Endgame. Okay, now comparing a Build-A-Figure Korg next to the 2-pack Korg, one thing to mention is when his legs are straight, he is a little bit taller than the 2-pack Korg, but his legs tend to spread out once you let go. Once you unsqueeze his legs. But looking at it, you can see the costumes are very drastically different, more vibrant on this new Build-A-Figure Korg wave. Essentially the exact same Korg sculpt, it's just that they added some extra pieces here and added some details that weren't there before. They made it double pinless, so you can see cleaner on the arms here, and you can see there's more details in the abdomen area, more sculpting details. It's more covered up on the 2-pack Korg. Looking at the head sculpts here, like I said before, the 2-pack Korg is a little bit more sharper on details, and looking at it, it does seem a little bit sharper. I don't know if it has to do with the molding color of the darker blue, but you can see there are some additional paint details kind of to enhance the details that we haven't gotten on the Build-A-Figure Korg, but the details are the exact same. But when it comes to the arms here, they're essentially the exact same sculpt. Some details are removed to fit the forearm guards, but looking at the hinges on the hands, they are smaller. I don't know if it's for a cleaner look, because they are big hinges on the 2-pack Korg, but with these smaller hinges, they tend to pop off pretty easily when articulating it, especially with the forearm guards. But looking at it, some details, they remove that little sharp edge piece right there, possibly for the forearm guard. So yeah, essentially it's the exact same sculpt, they just made the hinges on the hands a little bit smaller. But I guess it does look cleaner at the end of the day. So overall, I really do like this Build-A-Figure Korg. I also like the wave in general. I thought it was okay for a wave. You got some decent figures. This is a full movie Build-A-Figure wave, so there's no comic book figures whatsoever. I do like the Korg costume. I like the updated Korg costume as opposed to his Ragnarok look, so I do like the more vibrant colors, the fur on his neck. So yeah, it got some nice cool details here and there, like the little goat's head that's in gold. So that's really cool. It's a very detailed Build-A-Figure. Posing wise, his legs are kind of spread out. Hopefully some hot water, hair dryer, and some ice could fix that, since it's just made out of a rubbery plastic. So hopefully people can adjust that. I tried adjusting it and it won't work, so I might have to do the cold or the hot water, cold water method to fix those. But I saw something on Instagram where you can fix it, so that's good that you can fix that. Other than that, details are amazing on this guy. Since he is a Build-A-Figure, he should have a lot of details. And this wave itself, I do enjoy most of the figures of the wave, like Groot. You got Mighty Thor. I like posing it around Star-Lord. Ravager Thor, not so much, but I do like the head sculpt. And the new gold and blue costume for Thor, since the trailer did come out, it does look a little bit wonky with the kind of CGI helmet. So hopefully we get more clips of that to see how it is in action. But yeah, overall, I think this wave was okay. This Build-A-Figure was okay. Nothing really surprising. It's it's just a cool looking figure to look at. This is a cool Build-A-Figure, to be honest. That's all I could say about it. But yeah, that is it, guys. I hope you guys like it. Arolf Moraz. This is signing now. Peace.